Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? How's everyone doing today? Holy macaronis. What a day it is. For multiple reasons. Oh, what a day. Right? Holy moly. Let us talk. Let's have a little chat here, my friends. Today is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. And if I didn't think that, if we didn't think enough crazy shit was already going on this year, I guess this takes the cake. Right? Well, holy shit. Anyway, let's actually talk a little bit. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun today. Hopefully my streams today will serve to be entertaining and a distraction from the insane chaos that is going on in our real world right now. Okay? So, how's everyone doing? First of all, today is first day of the weekend. Hope many of you are going to have a good weekend. For me, it is a full-on new release day of the fall or hardcore gaming season, as I like to call it, of 2020. We got dual new releases that I'll be checking out today. All right. In Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. A game that we all kind of figured was coming after the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy became a ginormous sales hit a few years ago, right? What was it, 3 years ago, I want to say? Or was it 2 years ago? I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years ago. But when it released and became a ginormous success, I think we all kind of figured that this was going to end up happening. And that's a good thing, because Crash Bandicoot was always a great game franchise. Super popular back in the day, the early days of PlayStation. Had a million spin-offs and the like. And then it just kind of went away along with a lot of other platformers. It really seemed like Mario was the only platformer franchise that kind of survived the test of time. But then a couple years ago, we had this big resurgence with the Insane Trilogy, Remaster Trilogy coming out, and then also the Spyro Remaster Trilogy coming out, right? And they both did very well sales-wise. I think what happened is you had a combination of people who felt retro, oh man, this is so cool. It's from my roots, my younger days of gaming. But then you also had a whole new group of people exposed to classic platforming goodness. And so it ended up being really successful. And I think we were all hoping that there would be a new installment in the Crash franchise, right? So, I guess we will see what happens. Now, FYI, Crash 4 apparently is actually made by the devs of Spyro. I know that sounds weird, but as you guys know, Naughty Dog is a little bit busy with other shit these days. They don't really work on these platformers anymore. So it's actually the game devs who made the Spyro games who made this one. So I would expect that this game will have some elements from the classics and maybe some new stuff thrown in, since it is made by a different dev team. I've actually heard that the game is quite challenging. And it's funny because, of course, the usual nonsense. Oh, how's Phil going to be able to beat it? Ladies and gentlemen, I played Crash Bandicoot 1, the original PlayStation 1 version, emulated on the PlayStation 3 with giant input lag. Okay? So, if you think that I'm not going to be able to beat this game, you are sadly mistaken. I basically beat the most difficult version of Crash 1 possible, including the giant, platforming across the bridge with holes in it, stages and shit, with fucking delay. It was a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong. I raged and I died 5 zillion times, but I got it fucking done. So I will be beating this game, alright? Will I 100% this game? I have no idea because it's new. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what that entails. I don't know if it's reasonable or if it's something that would take an incredible amount of repetition and grinding. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to beat it, but I don't know if I'm going to 100% it, nor am I promising a 100% run. It will depend on time. It will depend on entertainment factor. It depends on a lot of different things. Let's play it at base value first. Let's enjoy the game for what it is over the next week or so, and then determine, gee, should I actually go back and try to maybe, master it or not, okay? So, Crash Bandicoot 4, premiering right now on stream. It'll be the main featured stream, basically for the next week, okay? Tonight, the late stream is another big premiere. Super Mario 35 to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Mario Brothers. Nintendo has released a Battle Royale game on the Switch for completely free, where players face off in classic Super Mario gameplay. And whoever completes, I guess, basically challenges in classic Super Mario Brothers faster survives, while those who are too slow get eliminated. So, we're going to check that out tonight. I would compare this similarly to Tetris 99 from... I can't remember if Tetris 99 was last year. I think it was last year, wasn't it? I mean, who knows? This year fucking blew by so fast. It was so weird because of coronavirus that I couldn't even tell you if Tetris 99 was this year or last year. Seriously. So, we're checking that out tonight. It should be pretty cool. All right? I'm excited for that to see how it turns out. Now, if we play it and it's cool, but, you know, all right, I've seen it all. It's not super interesting. We don't have to do it again. But maybe it'll end up being something cool like Fall Guys or one of these other streams that I do, and people are like, oh, man, this is something we'd like to see Phil do on the regular. Well, then maybe we'll add it to the rotation as something to do, you know, once a week or something, right? We shall see. All right, so that's tonight's stream. Tomorrow will be more Crash Bandicoot 4 paired with Fall Guys. My weekly Fall Guys stream. All right, so that'll be fun. I know you guys like it when I play Fall Guys. I'm excited for that. By the way, Fall Guys is supposed to have, excuse me, my stupid post-nasal drip is acting up today. Fall Guys is supposed to have their Season 2 update sometime this month, which would mean the whole game is going to change. It's going to look medieval. There's going to be new challenges and stages unlocked that are completely new. Everyone's going to have different outfits that are medieval themed. It's going to be pretty neat, okay? So, we shall see. But anyway, Fall Guys tomorrow night. Then on Sunday, man, I apologize, stupid post-nasal drip. Then on Sunday, it's up in the air what I'm going to do. It could either be more Crash Bandicoot 4, or it could be Super Mario Galaxy HD, the final stream. What I mean by that is, we've only got 1 star left in a regular stage. Then we've got the final Bowser stage. After you complete the final Bowser stage, supposedly then, the game unlocks the secret purple stars, which you need to go around collecting purple coins, flying through the air with the final ability that's unlocked, which we got. It is unlocked. And, you know, once you get those purple coins and stars, that's really it. I guess what people are saying is then you unlock the game being able to be played as Luigi. And, of course, I'm not going to replay the entirety of the effing game from start to finish just to play it with Luigi. So it looks like one more major stream of Mario to do all of that. Okay? So that'll either be Sunday or Monday. Whatever I don't do Sunday or Monday will be Crash. So it's either going to be Mario and then Crash, or Crash and then Mario. Sunday night will be the conclusion of Mafia Definitive Edition, which has been a great playthrough. The game is just as good as Mafia 2, which I hoped it would be, and it has been. It's lived up to that expectation. Although these final stages of the game are quite challenging. Big enemy gauntlets. But there's only 2.5 stages left. We're halfway through 1, and there's 2 more. So we should definitely wrap that up Sunday night. And then on Monday night, end game of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I would love to tell you it's the conclusion, but there's no way it's going to be. We're just about to start the fight for Chapter 20. And the game has 21 chapters. So likely the fight will take like 45 minutes. Then we'll have story cutscenes. And then we'll have the build up to the final fight. And then it looks like one more stream after Monday of Fire Emblem, and that will be the actual conclusion of the game. Finally! Finally! After a playthrough that I've been playing since May, it'll finally conclude sometime this coming week. Okay? Finally. Thank God. We've all been waiting for the conclusion of this game so we can move on to other stuff, right? We're all waiting. So, yes, good stuff coming over the course of this weekend with my streams. Good stuff. Now, next week, okay, it's up in the air. And allow me to explain. Next week, since Mario will be concluded, I'm going to need another major game to play to balance with Crash 4. Okay? And let's face it, Crash 4 is a platformer. Chances are, Excuse me. Chances are Crash 4 will not be super lengthy. I'm actually fully expecting to complete Crash 4 within a week. Maybe I'm wrong, and it'll be the longest Crash game ever, and it'll blow us all away. But I'm kind of feeling that Crash 4 I'll probably complete, sometime this week. Okay? So. Excuse me. So, what are we going to do this week? There are many options of things that I can do. First of all, a game that I just played during the Rageathon that you guys seemed to want to see me play as a full playthrough was Hollow Knight. And I'm not opposed to that. The game seems fun. It's a Metroidvania style game, but it has interesting combat. And, if you guys wanted to see me play Hollow Knight, I would definitely consider doing that as a full playthrough because I own it. I didn't buy the game. A fan actually donated it to me. Okay? So that's one option. Another option would be the Outer Worlds DLC that came out last month that I completely skipped because I was busy with other stuff. We could focus in on that and play that. I've seen a few other suggestions as well. But basically nothing is concrete right now of what I would be doing. Okay, so I need your input on what you would like to see as the next upcoming playthrough, because we will not have another major release until about the 20th of October. Yeah, I know that's a ways away. It's over 2 weeks away, and that means we're gonna have a lot of time. That means we're gonna have a lot of time to do extra stuff, right? So what would you guys like to see is the question. I need your input over the next, over this weekend of what is the next major playthrough you'd like to see, because I need to start next week. Crash ain't gonna last super long. Oh, that's the other one. Yeah, Bubble Buddy says, what about Star Wars Squadrons? Well, here you go. That came out today. I'm skipping it because I wasn't convinced that it would be a good playthrough for the streams. Maybe you guys know otherwise. A few people yesterday actually came on stream and said, yeah, maybe it would be pretty good. The story itself is only 8 hours long, but the game does have multiplayer, and that's kind of one of the focuses of it. So maybe you would play it for 2 major streams, then you'd be able to do a few other streams to do multiplayer or whatever. So I guess we'll see. So the 3 top candidates would be Star Wars Squadrons, Hollow Knight, or the Outer Worlds DLC. Or if you guys could come up with anything else. Alright, so let me know. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys think. Okay? Alrighty then. That's another one. Genshin Impact. That's a free-to-play game that apparently is very similar to Breath of the Wild with a few different elements. And people are saying maybe we should play that because it's free-to-play and it might be interesting just to see him, jump into it and see if he enjoys it or not. Explore a free game. I could do that too. Okay? I could do that too. So, excuse me. Yes, I know I'm very annoyed this morning, just as you are. I woke up this morning with my ear feeling better. We'll talk about this in a moment. My ear actually feeling much better, but of course now my post-nasal drip has to go into fucking overdrive and annoy the fuck out of me, right? It's like if it ain't one thing, it's another. So anyway, let me know what you would like, guys. Give me your opinions over the next weekend, and then next week we will start something new, if not multiple things, because if Crash 4 is also on the shorter side, and we finish Crash 4 and Mario within the next, week, then we're going to need multiple new things to juggle and carry us into the new releases that start around the middle of the month. By the way, what are those new releases? There's a lot of them this month. We got the new Amnesia game. We've got the Pokemon expansion coming out. There's another one too. Hold on. I wrote it all down. Hold on a second here. Let me see here. Well, there's a few games that I'm not sold on, but I may or may not try if you guys are interested. Like, there's a horror game called, like, Remothered or something like that coming out in the middle of the month. And there's also a Lego game. I think it's supposed to be like the Lego Star Wars collection. That, of course, that wouldn't be like main playthrough material. That might be more of like a late night thing. I don't know. Okay? And yes, this is true. Smegma Poo sent me the code for Black Mesa. He claims this is a full Steam code for the fully finished version of Black Mesa. If you guys remember, many years ago, many years ago, I tried out Black Mesa on PC before it was completed. I didn't understand the whole crouch jump thing. So because of that, it was a hilarious meme that year of how bad of a gamer Phil is because he doesn't know crouch jumping. And so now, apparently Black Mesa was completed. They actually finished the game. So I could go maybe do that. I don't know. The thing is, that would be a little annoying because I'd have to keep swapping the capture setup from the PC back to console because I'm pretty sure Black Mesa ain't on console, right? Okay. Alright, guys. So that's the deal. Alright. Let's see. You guys think about it over the next few days. We'll see how long Crash Bandicoot 4 is. You guys give me your opinions. And I will start something new, one if not two things, next week. Okay? Hobo X says, what about the Myst sequel? See, that's that's interesting because you're right. Earlier this year, much earlier this year before COVID, before COVID rocked the world, I played Myst. And you guys actually really seem to like Myst as a late night stream. It's a possibility. Here's the thing. Once I wrap up Fire Emblem this coming week, our late night streams are going to open up. Because we're going to have more opportunity for at least two extra streams a week, right? We could... What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do Batman because I want to finish the Riddler content. And I'd say another 1 to 2 streams and we may actually do all the Riddler content in Batman. Okay? Obviously Fall Guys. I want to keep going with that and maybe play it more. Depending on if we like Super Mario 35, that'll determine if we're going to play more of that. Alright? And then there's just the potential for other late night stuff. Alright? So we'll have maybe some time opening up and maybe I could consider doing something like a Riven. That's the sequel to Myst, right? So maybe I could do a Riven playthrough. Right? I guess we'll see. And by the way, yes, there's no Street Fighter this week. Allow me to repeat myself. There is no Street Fighter this week. 2 reasons why. Number 1, because there's other new stuff going on this week that I wanted to try out. Super Mario 35 seemed more interesting to check out now since it just came out. And number 2, I play Street Fighter every single week. Even though it's super fun for me to play the retro stuff. At this point, I said, why not just give it a rest for a week? Let's see, next week maybe we'll have more opportunity to do it. It's okay to skip it every once in a while when there's other more interesting stuff going on, okay? But no, don't worry, this is not the end of Street Fighter. Oh my god, Phil skipped a week of Street Fighter. That means it'll never be in the rotation again. That is not true. Now, if I end up not playing it for a month or two, now we're in trouble, alright? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, please guys, 2 events going on right now. 2 events going on. First of all, you nominate the games that are going to be in my upcoming Halloween marathon. Please nominate the games by typing !marathon into the stream chat and go follow that link and you'll be able to nominate the games for the upcoming Halloween marathon. In addition, if you type !costume into the stream chat, that will allow you to vote on the category of costume that I will be wearing during that event as well. From what I was told last night, and I don't know if this is still accurate, we basically had a neck-and-neck tie between video game character and pop culture icon for the costume. But apparently there's 1 or 2 other options that are very close, so actually the voting is kind of neck-and-neck, and it could end up being anything at this point. The voting will continue throughout this month, so please vote. That's going to give me a guideline for what to look for when I start looking for a Halloween costume starting this coming week, this Tuesday. I'm going to be out and about looking around for Halloween stuff. All right? Good stuff. Well, I replied to the chat asking me to play Divinity 2. Sure. No. I've only explained a million times I'm not playing that now. We're finishing up Fire Emblem, which has been an insanely long JRPG that I've been playing since May. The next RPG I'll be playing is next month. It is Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon. Once that game concludes, which I'm assuming is going to take a while because, as you know, Yakuza games are very lengthy, and this one is a JRPG style game, which means it's probably going to be even longer than a normal Yakuza game. Then we will look at starting Divinity Original Sin 2. I've explained this a million times. If you didn't hear it, you must be deaf. So stop asking for Divinity, because you're not going to get it now. Tough titties. Okay. Anyway, I guess I should give you guys an update. Excuse me. I guess I should give you guys an update on my health. So here's the deal. I've had a bad ear infection yet again this week. I started medicating early, the moment that I started having swelling and pain in my ear. All right? I jumped on getting ear drops in my ear because I had leftovers from last time, which was early September. And because of that, I think I got on top of it early enough that it's going away very rapidly. Because overnight, most of the congestion in my right ear went away. Most of the pain in my right ear went away. And my jaw is almost back to complete normal. My jaw had been swollen up, of course. This is what happens when you get an ear infection. Your jaw swells up. You can't chew on that side of your mouth. It's almost normal, okay? I do still have at least a 3-day regimen of antibiotics into that ear, you know, the ear drops. I may even go a couple extra days this fucking time. I seriously may, even though the instructions say only do it for 7 days. I have enough extra ear drops that I may actually go even longer. Okay? So we'll see. Because I just want to be sure this fucking thing is done. As annoying as it is to have to fucking keep putting the ear drops in the ear 4 times a fucking day. I may just keep doing it. Okay? Now, this morning, I called the ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor, to make an appointment. They said, oh, we're not taking in-person appointments right now. We want to do a phone appointment first. And then on the phone appointment, we'll determine if you should come in for an in-person appointment. Now, here's the thing, okay? I'm both happy and upset about this. I'm happy because this fucking doctor is the same building that I just went to Tuesday for the urgent care visit that got me the same diagnosis that I've had all year, that I have an ear infection. I had to drive out there to be told the same thing I fucking knew. All right, and it was an hour drive to get out there and an hour drive to get home. I wasn't too happy about that. As you know, you heard my rant on Wednesday. I was very upset about this, okay? So, I'm happy that I will not have to drive out there again right away, okay? My phone appointment is for 2 weeks. So I have to wait 2 weeks for the doctor to even call me on the phone. Okay? How will this phone appointment go? I don't know, because I'm going to basically tell him everything. I'm going to say, listen, I have chronic postnasal drip. It causes me to have all kinds of inflammatory issues with my nostrils, as well as gunk in my throat constantly, on and off. Some days I wake up and I'm good and I have nothing, and sometimes I wake up and I feel like shit. And it could be because I have a cat. It could be because of allergies. I don't know what it is. Now, these ear infections are something new that just started happening this year. I don't know if they're related to the postnasal drip or not. But I think it's ridiculous that they're coming back over and over. I'll explain how my job works and how I have to wear headphones and everything. I'm going to explain everything about the pillow, because remember, I just kind of discovered the other day that I think my pillow might be a giant factor in this, because my pillow was this old memory foam pillow that I'm using may have been creating a humid atmosphere in my ear. So I'm going to tell them all of this, okay? It's going to be a pretty in-depth phone conversation, I'm sure. So I get the feeling one of two things is either going to happen. Either the doctor's going to blow it off and be like, well, you're fine now, because by then, in 2 weeks, I'll be fine. I won't have an ear infection anymore. So I'll get a total blow-off and get nothing out of this. Or the doctor may say, man, okay, with all that, let's come in. You better come in. And now, guess what? I have to schedule another appointment, which likely will be another 2-3 week wait, and then I got to drive an hour each way just to get out there. I would have rather just gone out there. I'm serious. Like, instead of this stupid phone appointment that's probably going to do absolutely nothing for me, I probably would have preferred to just go out there and have the doctor look at me. Because we haven't had a doctor look, you know, a specialist. We haven't had a specialist look in my ear, look in my nose, look in my throat. I would like a specialist to take a look. But they're not doing that. I have to do a stupid phone appointment, which is going to be a waste of time, I get the feeling. Okay? But we'll see what happens. So, in a couple of weeks, I have my phone appointment with this doctor. And then we'll have a follow-up on my health, I guess, and see what happens. Now, what I'm hoping is, please God, with all the changes I'm making, all right, disinfecting my office every single week. At this point, I'm not even wearing headphones. I'm wearing them around my neck. Eventually, I'm going to have to put the headphones back on, but at this point, not even wearing them. New pillow now that I have. That's not a dense memory foam pillow. And this week, when I go out on Tuesday, I'm going to be buying a new pillow. I'm going to specifically look for a pillow that's designed for aeration. I've seen them in stores where it says, oh, you know, cooling air pillow, high aeration pillow, and stuff like that. I'm going to get one of those, and hopefully all these changes I'm making is going to stop this ear infection from coming back again, okay? The other good news here is the left ear is fine. The last 2 times I had an ear infection, it carried over to my left ear. This time, right now, again, knock on wood, because I don't want to jinx anything, my left ear seems to still be good. It seems fully fine. I have full hearing, no pain, no swelling. So I may, with the changing of the pillow, I may have avoided disaster this time. Okay? I hope. You know, I seriously fucking hope. I guess it remains to be seen, but let's hope. Alright? That, let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh my God, did you hear that? That was absolutely musically disgusting. Alright, so let us summarize. My right ear's getting better. It's not 100%, but it's not fully clogged anymore. I can actually partially hear out of it. I get the feeling that I'm going to have partial hearing for a while because of this stupid wick that the guy put in my ear. Remember, he put a wick in there to absorb the medicine, right? So because of that, I get the feeling I'm not going to have full hearing in the ear anyway for a while until all the swelling goes away, and then it either falls out naturally or I have to make a follow-up appointment to get it removed, which is really fucking stupid, but I may actually have to do that if it doesn't come out by itself. Because I can feel it in there. Like, I know it's in there. I can hear it partially blocking my hearing, even though my ear isn't fully swollen anymore. I know it's in there kind of blocking my hearing, because if I pull my earlobe down, I can actually hear much better out of the ear because I think it's moving the wick from blocking my ear canal. Which is, I'm not going to sit here pulling on my earlobe all day, right? I'm just going to have to put up with it. So, my hearing's coming back. The pain's going away. No pain in my left ear. I got a follow-up, well, I got an appointment, a phone appointment with the ENT later this month, and we'll go from there. Okay? Okay. Good enough. Sounds good. Whew. Alright, that's out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fucking weird-ass 24 hours it's been. In the last 24 hours, one of the major aides of our President of the United States, Donald Trump, was tested positive for coronavirus, which then led to everyone who was in association with that aide to be tested. And we found out our President and First Lady have coronavirus. One of the senators from Utah State here, who basically was in complete physical contact with everyone at this announcement ceremony earlier this week for this new nomination of a Supreme Court justice, he just tested positive for coronavirus, as well as the president of Notre Dame, who was also at that event, tested positive for coronavirus. Okay? Essentially what we're having is a full-blown governmental outbreak of coronavirus. Of course, now everyone's getting tested. I would guarantee you there's going to be, today, over the course of today, there's going to be a ton of people announced in our government who have coronavirus. Alright? Now, I could sit here and I could be political about it, or I can be kind of common sense about it. I'm not going to say a word about political parties. I'm not going to say a word about who should be in charge of our government, because that's not my place. Alright? But what I can tell you is that common sense prevails, and the rest of the country has been told, you must socially distance, you must wear a mask, you must wash your hands, you must not gather in groups, you must stay the fuck away from other people to stop the spread of the coronavirus. But apparently the people in our government think that they're better than us. That's not surprising. I've only talked about this for a long time, saying that our government in the United States is set up in a way to be an elitist class of people who reciprocate the power and money to each other. It's just how our government's set up. Why is it that it costs millions of dollars to run a campaign to try to become a senator? Because they don't want the common person to be able to run for senator. That's why. So, when you have a government that's set up like that, okay, obviously, you're going to have people in power who think they're better than you. And over the course of this last year, we have had story after story of how the people in power didn't do what we're all told to be doing, right? They're gathering in groups. They're doing things without masks. They're going to fucking salons with no masks on, not socially distanced. Even though we're not allowed to go to salons because they're closed for a lot of people, they can go, right? So basically there's a lot of hypocrisy in our government on both sides. It's not just the Democrats. It's not just the Republicans. It's our government in general. The people who are in power in our government think they're better than us. And they think that they don't have to abide by the rules that we have to abide by. And you know what? In a lot of cases, it's true, because the rich in this country seem to be living on a different planet. They get to do whatever the fuck they want. You know, you got people like Ellen DeGeneres who makes a video, oh, being in lockdown at home is like being in prison, as she says from her fucking mansion with a giant pool in the background and people bringing her fucking food and everything. It's like, what planet do you fucking live on that you think that, you know, your situation is the same as ours, right? These people are in a different fucking reality. Yet, the people in power in our government in the United States make the laws for the common people. Even though they're not common people. They're filthy rich, every fucking one of them. Has so much money, and they also make so much money from lobbying and shit. You know, all these companies that pay them in various different ways for them to get their personal interests pushed through government laws and the like. So, these people who rule us, essentially, and I mean that, they rule us. They dictate to us what's law and what's not, what we need to do with our lives and what's not. Alright? They can't even push through laws or bills to help us at a time when most of us are hurting bad. You know? Not me in particular, because this year has been a fucking wild ride for me too, where things have kind of flipped for me and actually been very positive. But I know there are a ridiculous amount of people in the United States who are hurting. Alright? They're hurting bad. Really bad. Can't get a job, lost their job, no money, can't pay the fucking rent. It's bad. What did our government do? They passed one bill to give everyone a $1,200 stimulus check. And since then, which was what, 4 or 5 months ago, however long ago it was, they have done diddly fucking shit. They sit there in Washington arguing with each other like little children and coming to no agreements or resolutions on how to help the people because they are elitist douchebags. They think they're better than us. They're not in the situation like us where they day to day are suffering because they're filthy fucking rich. So they don't need to rush through any legislation to help us. They don't have to go by the same guidelines that we have to go by. All right? But ladies and gentlemen, finally, in a very ironic twist, I don't know if you want to call it karma. I don't know if you just want to call it irony, whatever. I think finally people are realizing, oh shit, even the rich aren't immune from fucking virus pandemics. Oops. So you mean just because we're filthy rich, the virus isn't going to ignore us? But we thought that if we eat caviar and we drink Evian water and, you know, we ride in fucking limousines all day and we wear, you know, $10,000 suits, we thought that the virus would bounce off of us like a rubber ball. We didn't possibly think that we'd be infected, right? So here we go. Basically, you know, everyone in government, it's hilarious. You see these videos. Oh, they're doing a rally today. No one's social distanced. No one has a mask on. You know, people dying. And they ignore it like it didn't happen. Right? So now, what happened? this week there was the nomination of, I think her name is Barrett, Amy Barrett or whatever, as someone who's going to be to take over for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who just passed away recently, Supreme Court Justice. And Amy Barrett was nominated to be the new Supreme Court Justice. So, what do the conservatives decide to do? Let's have a big fucking party for it. Let's all get together. Let's hug. Let's schmooze. And in ironic twists, everyone was given a mask at this, and no one wore it. And they even have video of the people at this event hugging, kissing, shaking hands. And they have masks in their fucking hands. Instead of on their faces, they put them in their hands as if they were immune to the virus. All right? And the floodgates have opened because people are testing positive from this party. They've got video of this senator from Utah who is hugging and schmoozing with everyone openly, no mask on. He tested positive. Like I said, the president of Notre Dame was at the event. He tested positive. The president's tested positive. The first lady tested positive. We have chaos. Because what does this mean for our upcoming election? Right? What does this mean? I don't know. I'm not a political guy, as you know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, this means you vote this way, you vote that way, you do this, you do that. All right? You guys know me. I'm middle of the road. I hate both the Democrats and the Republicans. I think they're both scum. I seriously do. I feel that neither of them have the interests of the American people in mind, and all they care about is their own personal interests and their own personal agendas, and the people in charge are filthy rich and don't care about us, because if they did, this was the year they could have proven that they cared and actually helped, and they did nothing to help. One $1,200 stimulus check does not save America. By the way, they had tons of money to throw to companies and military spending and all kinds of shit, but they had no money to give to the people, So, if anything, this is the year that proved that, our government is an utter failure. It cannot handle any kind of panic situation at all. It's not set up to. It's just set up to protect the upper echelon class. But it came back to fucking bite them because even they aren't safe from coronavirus, I'm not happy they're getting it. I'm not. I don't want anyone to get coronavirus. I don't want anyone to get sick. I don't want anyone to die. I want this thing to go away as soon as possible because, it's funny how we all sit here around and complain about life, and then when that life is irrevocably changed by something like coronavirus, we all wish we could just go back to the life we were complaining about constantly, right? That's how life works. You don't realize what you got till it's gone. So now that we've all got various phases of opening and we can't have life full on as we know it, we all wish we could go back to that life that everyone complained about back then. I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it's chaos. Like, if the president gets really sick from this fucking thing, right? Does that mean the VP will take over? Will he take over presidential duties? I don't know what happens in these situations with the election right around the fucking corner, right? The election's November. And this happens now. It's like, oh my God. So, again, the only reason I'm addressing this is so chaotic. And obviously everyone is affected by it. Everyone in the world is talking about it. The financial systems are breaking down. The Dow and S&P, which are the stock markets here in America, crashed overnight because of this news. It's just like insane. Okay? And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck's going to happen at this point. This is stacking up to be the most chaotic year in history at this point. And I actually said this last night on Twitter as a joke. But I was like, the only way this year could get any more chaotic is if fucking aliens land to trick or treat by the end of this month. The fucking Martians come down. Trick or treat, give us candy. What? No, really, just give us candy. We'll be out of here. What? I would believe it. If you told me today that the Jupiterians just landed and, they're asking us for pizza, I would believe it. I give up on not, talk about most unlikely scenarios. That's 2020. 2020 is the most unlikely year ever. So, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with our government. I don't know what's going to happen with our lives. I'm along for the ride like you guys, okay? So, that being said, I hope that my streams at this point will serve to be entertainment for you and serve to be an escape for all of you from all of this insanity. Because that's really, it's funny you say, oh, Crash Bandicoot, insane trilogy. No. Crash Bandicoot ain't got shit on real life at this point. You know? What the hell is going on? I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. So, we'll see, I guess. Anyway, I hope that you guys can hang out with me for the upcoming streams. And, you know, I guess we'll take it day by day. You're not going to hear me talking much about this stuff. It's just that today I was so taken aback by what happened. I was like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. This is just wild shit, dude. I don't know. Anyway, let's now get to shoutouts. You know, it's an exciting day with a new release. Let's get to shoutouts. Okay? Cool. All right, hold on. Laptop. You can hear me smashing my laptop here, trying to get the button to work. Please move now as I press the key. Please move how I can read the shoutouts. Please. Okay, finally. Okay, overnight Golden Colts cheered twice. Thank you very much for the overnight cheers. Always appreciate those Golden Colts. Paula Dean, the real Paula Dean, tipped me $1.30 overnight and said, if you were to open your own restaurant, what would the theme be? What kind of food would you serve and how would you serve it? Like an other menu style or buffet style? I can picture you with a family fun restaurant with arcade games. First of all, buffet style is dead. And I mean that. There are restaurants that are buffets. Do you really think with the coronavirus that anyone should ever open a buffet style restaurant ever again? Like, seriously, it was funny because there's a nice buffet restaurant out here. It's not like one of these chain restaurants like Golden Corral. It's actually like a really high quality buffet restaurant out here. And ever since my wife moved in with me in 2018, okay, she said, I would really like to go to that restaurant. Now, the problem is it's a pricey restaurant, okay? And I said, one day we should go. What we should do is we should save it for a special occasion. We should go there for like an anniversary or birthday. We'll go in. We'll have a good time. All right. One day when we're very hungry because the place is expensive. All right. And we don't want to go in there and not be hungry enough to eat our fill. Okay. And then coronavirus hit this year. And we're like, well, at this point, do you really think it's safe to eat at any buffet restaurant at all? Do you really count on people doing the right thing? Not coughing on the fucking food that you're about to eat. You know, that's open air food here. You see what I mean? So I think buffets are pretty much shot. I don't think I would even plan on going to a buffet, let alone think about opening a buffet restaurant of my own. Okay? As much as an arcade or barcade or family fun restaurant sounds, I likely would want to do an actual sit-down restaurant. Would it be more American fare? Would it be Italian? I don't know. Obviously, I'm Italian, and I have a few recipes I could do. I could definitely do my own, homemade Italian sauce and pasta dishes with that sauce. I could do, like, homemade lasagna using my mother's recipe. I could do meatloaf and stuff like that. I know how to do that because my mom taught me. Also, meatballs. Like, there's things I could make, and I could perfect these recipes and pass them down to, like, a kitchen staff to do those. All right? But outside of that, I don't know. But that's what I was thinking. Originally, my plan, this is the truth. When I first started on YouTube and I was making big effing money, those first few years that I was on YouTube, all right, my plan was to do that for like 5 to 10 years and save up the money and have enough to buy a franchise. Whether it's like Subway or, I don't know, Wendy's, some fast food franchise. And I was going to try to buy a franchise and operate it and make money doing that. And so I would still be able to do YouTube as my main thing if I felt like it. But then I was going to have a side business that I could operate that would be income making to supplement the YouTube thing. All right? And that was my original idea. I was going to just do... And by the way, if I bought a Wendy's, it was just going to be Wendy's chili. It was going to be a Wendy's chili emporium. Various size buckets of the chili. All right? You guys with your memes. There you go. But anyway, yes. That was kind of my idea. All right. But it didn't work out that way because as you guys know, Number one, YouTube didn't last. The YouTube bubble lasted from about 2011 to 2014, 2015. And then, number one, YouTube started making their first major changes around 2014 that kind of hurt my channels, took them out of prominence. And number two, I got hit with all the false copyright shit that destroyed my DSPGaming channel overall. So the income I was making dipped dramatically back then. And then on top of that, there was the YouTube adpocalypse, which made it completely unviable to even be a full-time YouTuber anymore. For someone like me, obviously. You know, someone who has ginormous views for stupid garbage videos, sure, they're fine. But someone like me who is putting out quality gameplay on a daily basis to entertain people, oh no, that can't hang. Right? So anyway, you know, it's just not a possibility anymore. You know, now I'm trying to make enough money to make ends meet, to catch up on the things I haven't paid over the years, you know, the back taxes and the like. And hopefully, if things can maintain the level that they are, or even get better, which they might, because my streams have been doing really well this year, I'd be more inclined to improve the business. Like I said, some of the things I want to do: get a new chair, get a green screen, get a new webcam, a new PC, a new laptop. These are all things necessary upgrades I need to do. Get an Xbox Series X. I already got the PS5 pre-ordered, but get an Xbox Series X. You know, and just continue on with what I'm doing. Long term, could I flip this into a position where maybe I could save up some money and do something? Maybe, but it ain't happening anytime soon. Okay? So there you go. Okay. But if I were to open a restaurant, it would be a sit-down restaurant. It would be a more serious restaurant. Because originally the plan was a franchise, but obviously that's out the door now. So, okay. Mr. Red Legs subscribed for 2 months in a row and said 2 months sub. Thank you, Red Legs, for the support. I appreciate that. Ultimate Cloud 7 gifted a sub to I Am Razor. Congrats, I Am Razor, and thank you, Ultimate Cloud 7, for the channel support. Lies of Her Soul did a 100-bit cheer. He says, I'm your biggest fan. But then he immediately trumped that with a 150-bit cheer and said, wow, you're the grand champion. I saw your fight against the Gray Prince. You're the best. Can I follow you around? I won't get in the way. I have no idea what the fuck that means, but thanks for the cheer. Pragmatic Tactics resub for 9 months. It says, have you ever considered making your Twitter social media private? Why would I do that? If I did that, no one would see it. And the whole point of my Twitter is that it's a way for me to talk to the public and relay information. So why would I make my Twitter private? Confused. Lies of Her Soul did a 250-bit cheer. So another big cheer. And that's the biggest cheer of the day now. And he says, by Azura, by Azura, by Azura, it's the grand champion. I can't believe it's you standing here next to me. What the frick are you talking about? Anyone know what these references are? What the... Are you watching a different stream again, but cheering in this one? What's your problem? Alright, anyway, thanks for the cheers. Okay. By Azura, by Azura, by Azura. Okay. Alright, continuing on. RPG fan cheers that you should play it on hard the first time because you're not going to want to go back and do everything again after beating the game. Plus, like you said, when you beat the emulated one on PS3, it won't be a challenge for you. No, I'm not playing it on hard. I'm playing it on the normal difficulty like I always do. And if you ask again, I'm going to slap you across your face. Slap, slap. Internet slap. I'll throw many assy code characters towards your face. Okay? Bubble Buddy. Bubble Buddy cheered. He says, oh, shoes, Phil. My favorite classic line from your 360 days. When you read messages. Or when you read messages. Hope you get what you need for your ear infection situation. I hope we can all get past this. Me too. Thank you for the cheer, Bubble Buddy. I appreciate that. Lies Were Sold did a 200-bit cheers. The Leisure Suit Larry Wet Dreams Stay Dry is on PS4 and about a young man finding himself with online dating. That's absolutely stupid and irrelevant. Thanks a lot. Tarantula, MS 2018, with the first tip of the day. $4.20. And Tarantula says, you have a favorite movie from the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween movies, minus 6, 3, and 1 for each of the respective movie franchises. I haven't seen them in a few years. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. You know, I think more of the original Friday the 13th movies, like the first two, are really good. after that, once they leave Crystal Lake and they start going crazy in fucking cities and shit, it's kind of like, they're still fun, don't get me wrong, but they're more campy fun. You know, it's not, it doesn't feel like serious horror anymore when it goes so ridiculous like that. Like the whole one where, it's hilarious, the one where Jason takes Manhattan, he's only in Manhattan for 10 minutes of the movie. Right? But anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street, they're all pretty good. They're all crazy and zany. I think they're all good movies. You know, also Wes Craven's New Nightmare is a really good movie, and a lot of people don't give it credit, but that's the one where they basically break the fourth wall, and they act like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies are, you know, that you even meet the guy who plays Freddy, and he's a character in the movie. And it's that, I like that movie a lot because it broke the fourth wall. I liked that. It made it feel like Freddy was a real demon or something in real life. X4 Faithbreaker cheered. He says, how about Splinter Cell HAD collection? You mean HD collection? I didn't even know there was a Splinter Cell HD collection. I had no idea. I guess what he's doing is he's recommending stuff for next week. Yes, give me your suggestions. What do you guys think about Splinter Cell? I don't know. Lives Were Sold cheers. Did you hear about the new Borat movie? Did you watch the original one? I loved it. I saw the original Borat movie. I do think it was, in parts it was very funny, and in parts it was kind of, oh my god, it's like too much stupid. It was purposely over the top, too much stupid. But I do think it was a funny movie. Henry Z Bug 493 took me $15. He says, I was going to get the new Crash Bandicoot. My friend decided to get it. I'm going to get 13 Sentinels. What in the hell is 13 Sentinels? I have never heard of that game. But Henry, you were the top tipper of the day. Henry Z Bug 493. Thank you for the $15 tip. I don't know what 13 Sentinels is. Anyone know? That one went right over my head. Anyway, Lives Were Sold cheered. Another 250 bits. He says, when's the next Back in the Day segment? We want you to blab about Street Fighter for hours on end. Actually, I forgot to mention this. Next week is Ask the King. Did you guys know this? I completely forgot to start mentioning this. Next Thursday, Ask the King actually is returning. If you can believe it. I haven't done it now in over 2 months. Ask the King, my Q&A show, next week. Please post up your questions. I should probably put a link or put a command in the stream chat for this so that you guys can post up your questions over the weekend. Yeah, this Thursday, the main stream is Ask the King. I fucking completely slipped my mind. It's finally happening. So that would be an opportunity for you to ask a question and me to tell the story. There you go. Jethro's main cheers says Metal Gear Solid 1 Redemption Run if October is a dead month because it's funny to watch you play Metal Gear and I'm sure you know this dude. Then Jethro's main cheered again. He said Metal Gear Solid 1 Redemption Run if October is a dead month. It's funny to watch you play Metal Gear and I'm sure you know this dude. Apparently Jethro's main said 2 identical cheers. Jose took me $4.20 says, no, Senor Phil, come back. I'm sorry, Jefe. So Jose's very mad, very upset that I'm not playing Street Fighter today and he cannot troll me in Street Fighter. Well, guess what? Too bad. So sad. I'm not playing. Not today, anyway. Not maybe next week. We'll see. Okay. 13 Sentinels is a new RTS published by Atlas coming out soon. Oh, I didn't know that. DJ Luna Eclipse just resubscribed for 31 months. And he says, how's it going, Phil? I've been playing Doom Eternal today since it got put on Game Pass. That's right, it did. I'm going to be cool to see you play Crash 4. Hope you enjoy it. Also, hope your ear gets better soon. Best of luck for the future. Thank you for a whopping 31 months of support, DJ Luna Eclipse. I appreciate that. Phil's Infectious Pillow tipped $1.30 and said, Tempur-Pedic occasionally does buy one, get one free pillows. They're sorted by sleeping style. Big ups, cooling gel pillows. Well, I mean, as much as I like cooling gel, I think that might not be aerated enough. You know, I think I'm looking for a pillow that has high aeration. And if there's actually a layer of cooling gel on top of the pillow, it might not exactly be aerated very well. So I got to see what they got. I know there's a few stores, like, for example, Target has a ton of pillows. Bed Bath & Beyond has a ton of pillows. I'll go to these stores. I'll see what they got. I'll get something this week. Giga or Giga, 2 shoes. Took me $20, and I put the wrong number in the thumbnail of part 24 of Batman Arkham City. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on a second. First of all, let me get you up as the top tipper of the day with a $20 tip. You very well may be right. Because if I remember correctly, I fucked up. What I did, I put Mafia thumbnails on the Batman videos. And then I realized it, and I tried to fix it, but I might have done the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm going to run to the PC quick and check. All right. Let's see here. What did I do? 23, 22. But it says 23, 24. Aha! This should be 24. All right. Fixed. Very good. All right, guys. Thank you very much to Giga or Geiga, I don't know how to pronounce it, Two Shoes, for that $20 tip and for the advice. I fixed it. Thank you very much for that. Eternal Napalm Cheer said, I tested positive for being cool. Well, there you go. Thank you, Eternal Napalm, for the cheer. Bubble Buddy cheered. He said, I, for one, will vote the king of slaps for president. Who's with me? The king of leg slaps. Everyone's making fun of me because when I fail in a game, in particular a platformer like Mario, I slap my leg. I guarantee there will be many leg slaps during the Crash Bandicoot playthrough. Cactus God tipped me $1. He says, I just started Crash 4 today. It's fantastic. Feels like Crash and a welcome return. Interested to see what you think. I think it's terrible. No, I'm kidding. I haven't played it yet. Thank you, Cactus God, for the $1 tip. RPG fan cheered. He says, since you're talking about politics now, is it okay to talk about waifus? No. And if you do, you'll be permanently lean and manual banned. Kashmir Llama tipped $5. Says, did you hear the president tested positive? What the fuck, man? Yes, I did. You may have heard. I don't know. Maybe I talked about it. Thanks for the $5 tip. I appreciate that. Bubble Buddy cheered again. He said, trick or treat. Give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull. Yeah, you know the rest. What is it? Isn't it? I don't know. If you don't, I don't care. I'll smell your stinky underwear or something like that. I don't even know what I don't know how it goes. I don't remember. If you don't, I don't care. I'll touch your underwear and go to jail for sexual harassment. Upscale Man tipped me $5. He said, every paycheck, I allow a certain amount of money to blow. It's either on you or Taco Bell. Oh, dude, Upscale Man, I read that wrong. I thought you meant you were actually spending it on cocaine. You allotted money to blow. Blow is the word, you know, it's one of the names of cocaine. I thought you were telling me about your drug addiction. I was like, dude, that's probably not something you want to publicly, like, announce on a stream. Anyway, you are free to do with your money as you wish. I will thank you for your ongoing support, Upscaled Man. Long Schlong has subscribed to the channel. It's only a matter of time before the Long Schlong subbed. I knew it. Thank you, Long Schlong. I appreciate your support. Kashmir Llama tipped me $9.20. I hope you're safe. There's an outbreak in Washington right now. Oh, yeah? An outbreak? What kind of an outbreak? A zombie outbreak? Is this some kind of a reference to detractors? I'm just kidding. I believe there's many outbreaks actually in Washington. You know, I read the local news here, and if you're talking about COVID, yeah, there's like 2 counties where again it kind of just exploded. Luckily not my county. Here in the county that I live in, we actually got our numbers way down, which is really good, and hopefully, we will not have an issue with any more further major outbreaks here. I hope. There's no guarantee, all right? But I hope that there will not be any further, major outbreaks here. That would not be good. Okay. Continuing on. Hold on. I got distracted. Eternal Napalm cheered, and he said, shout out to Thrawn and Jay Bowler, 2 positive and friendly regulation chat. I agree and I concur. Last Rambo did a 50-bit cheer. He says, your common criticism against many console launches are the lack of many good games. That is correct. That is absolutely my common criticism of many console launches. Yes. That is correct. Okay. What does he say? That's not it. He says more. Hold on. I'm a bit distracted here. He says, I think too many games are bad. Excuse me. Because not anyone can afford them. This will get the games to cannibalize each other, and games get better as time goes on when the developers understand the hardware better. I mean, everything you say there is true, but that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be good games for the launch of a console. You know? You're saying generalities that could be applied to a reason why games at launch of a console is bad, but at the very same time, the hell's this? Oh, I logged into the wrong thing. I was like, what the hell is this? What? No! Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Oops. Anyway, yeah, like, I disagree with you. I don't think that having good games at launch is a bad thing. I think that actually having an actual concrete reason to purchase a console at launch outweighs the fact that games might cannibalize each other. And let's face it, this is the time of year when games will cannibalize each other anyway. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the end of the year. Every game coming out within a 2-month radius there by the end of the year cannibalizes other games. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay? Absolutely nothing you can do about that. So. Okay. Continuing on. Fergo did 100 cheers. Said, will you start an OnlyFans? Who's to say I don't have an OnlyFans and you just don't know about it? Right? Who's to say that? How would you know? How do you know? How do you know what I'm doing? How do you don't know, right? You don't know. So, maybe go look for one. Anyway, Jethro's main cheers is some really small YouTubers have shut off their patrons to stop people from giving them money due to the pandemic, which is noble. Would you consider doing that? Well, considering this is my job and crowdfunding is my direct source of income, no! Yes, let me put it this way. If I was making so much crazy amount of money from having a contract to exclusively stream on Twitch or YouTube, if I was making ginormous ad revenues on YouTube, and I could make ends meet without crowdfunding income, I would not accept it. You may not realize this. I did not accept major crowdfunding income whatsoever during the years when I was just a bigger YouTuber, like, the years of 2011 through, I think it was like 2015 was the year that I opened my Patreon. So there was a good 4+ years I didn't accept any contributions from viewers, except maybe like a game donation or something like that. I told everyone I'm making so much money on YouTube, I would feel completely disingenuous accepting crowdfunding contributions at that point, because they didn't even call it crowdfunding back then, right? Now, things are very different. Very different. I rely solely on crowdfunding. And those other things, like a little bit of extra ad revenue from YouTube, are basically just tiny supplementary incomes compared to your support. So, no. That's like saying, would you like to work for free and somehow magically pay all your bills? No, stupid. Dooley did 100-bit cheer. He says, Crash 4 is pretty enjoyable so far, but I can tell it will be really tough to 100% it. Have a nice playthrough. Thank you, Dooley. It's actually very good to see you, Dooley. And thank you very much. Hill Hydra tipped me $. I don't know why people are asking for hard mode. There's no difficulty, just a mode with modern to retro. And 13 Sentinels is like Fire Emblem with robots. Oh. Well, then I'm definitely not playing it. One Fire Emblem a decade is enough for me at this point. Ninja Star Rune cheered. He says, Rick Moranis got hit by someone playing the knockout game. What's wrong with people? Yeah, it's fucked up. Your knockout game is when you just walk down the street and you punch someone randomly in the face. It's not a game. It's a crime. And this motherfucker should go to prison for what he did. He's a piece of fucking shit. I don't care if he punched Rick Moranis or anyone. It doesn't matter who he punched. He's a piece of fucking human trash, and he needs to go to fucking jail. They got it on camera. Get this motherfucker. Okay, I received a $100 fake tip that I already refunded. So, don't worry about that, guys. It was fake, and I refunded it. Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $4.20 and said, what's up, Phil? Happy October. There is no Dana, only Zool. That's correct. Zuli, you nut. What a lovely singing voice you have. Anyway, thank you for the $4 tip. We're up to $69 in tips now. Bubble Buddy cheered. He said, hey, buddy, this is me when I buy my PS5. It's him dabbing. It's the dabbing emote. It's my dabbing emote. Cool. Bubble Buddy, thank you for the cheer. Liza for Soul cheered 60 bits and says, are you going to answer John Moxley's open challenge for the AEW Championship? You'll just have to see live this Wednesday night. Alrighty then. So, we're up to $69 in tips. That means Gunner glasses are going to happen right from the get-go here. And we don't have that much to go to hit the tips goal today. Very nice. Thank you guys for your support. Let's do some quick shout-outs. Oh, I can't because this poll's in the way. It looks like Camo Vest is winning. So, if we do hit the tips goal today, it looks like it's probably going to be the Camo Vest that we wear today. For variety, I guess. That's good, right? This looks like another fake tip. Hold on. I might have just received another fake tip, actually. Liza sold did another 250-bit cheer. Said, did you hear about the Error 37 guy shooting someone? No, I don't even know what that means. What the fuck does that mean? The Error 37 guy shooting someone. What the fuck? Don't Leave Daddy just said something incredibly insulting and just got permanently Lean and Manual banned from the stream chat. Very exciting stuff. Good job there, dingus. Yes, this is correct. I just received another $12 fake tip that will now be refunded. And go ahead and refund that immediately. Lunaba tipped me $1. Says pump for some Crash Bandicoot. Me too, Lunaba. Me too. By the way, I should make sure this person is banned from contributing. So that way they don't keep doing this today. There we go. Ban those fuckers. Alright, so we're up to $70 in tips so far today. Thank you, guys. Sweaty Man JPEG did a 100-bit cheer. Did you think the Rick Moranis punch was an anti-Semitic attack? Oh, my God. He's Jewish. He kind of presents as such outwardly. Not that it makes a difference, just wondering. I doubt it. When you're walking down the streets of New York City and everyone's wearing a mask, which he was, you can't see who the fuck anybody is. It was just a random attack, it looks like. Just a random attack where you just, you know, someone just, oh, look, here's a small person. I'll just punch them in the face. Fucking asshole. Piece of fucking shit. Anyway, now we can do shout-outs. It looks like Camo Vest will be worn if we hit the tips goal today, but we have not yet. Shout out to the top cheers of the week. RPG Fan is in 10th. Camel is in 9th. Excuse me. Excuse me. Bubble Buddy's in 8th. Mr. Minecraft is in 7th. Robert Evans is in 6th. Ninstar Rune and Melody Zelda are tied for 4th. Darkside Kenny's in 3rd. Shadow the Hedgehog is in 2nd. And Lucifer Soul is in 1st place, ladies and gentlemen. 1st place. All right, very nice. Also, thank you to those of you who gifted subs this week. Let's go through it. Ultimate Cloud 7. Beast Bob. Triplication. Zero Falcon. Noah Taylor. X4 Faith Breaker. All of you gifted a single sub to the channel this week. Thank you very much for that. Big D's and Randy Butternut each gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel this week. Thank you for that. Internet Famous McCroy gifted 3 subscriptions to the channel. So thank you guys very much for your support this week as well. All right, let's take a break. I got to take a dump. I do. So I'm going to go release the Anal Hounds. And then, and then we'll come back and play some Crash 4. I'll be right back, guys.